This is Liz.
This is Jade.
And this is Carly. And you're listening to
Babes and Babies.
Jade, is that Emmy in the background?
Oh, yeah. Emmy. She's watching Vampire. Oh, wait, no. Some fancy Nancy show we don't like.
Oh, yeah. I actually kind of like that Vamp show. That's kind of a good one.
We do too, Vampirina.
Yeah, that's really cute. And Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
So Jade is in a hotel room right now because she is moving, but no one knows where she's moving. Not even us.
No one knows.
Just kidding. We know, but we're not telling. But you've been like on this crazy road trip for like days and days.
We're tired.
Does your butt hurt from sitting in the car?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. And so we've been doing pretty good because we have a long road trip ahead of us, and we have Emerson and we have both of our dogs with us. And so we decided that we were going to take a big long trip, do only like maximum 8 hours a day driving. And that's the most we did. I think yesterday we did 6, which was the second most. So we've been taking our time at least.
Yeah.
But it's just exhausting. Like, it is so much to travel with a toddler and 2 dogs. And
how is she doing with it?
She's actually doing really good in the car, but she's been napping more than usual during the day because of it. And so she's been sleeping like butt. There was my air conditioning. You might hear that.
That's okay.
So she's been sleeping in, she hasn't been wanting to sleep in the hotel crib. So she's been sleeping in bed with us and kicking us and just like constantly moving around all night. So none of us have even gotten one night of decent sleep. Oh my God,
that sucks. And driving is exhausting.
I know.
Oh man. Well,
it's been a lot of fun.
Have you seen anywhere like new that you've been like, oh my God, this place is so amazing, everyone should go here?
So when it was 2 days ago. We were driving from Aspen to Utah, and we went. Our bellman in Vail told us that when you go to Moab, because we were going to Moab, there's a little side scenic route that you should take, and it's only I think he said it was only 25 minutes extra into your travel, and so we took it, and it was just, it was breathtaking. So Tanner and I went to Maui for our baby moon, and we did the road to Hana, and we were like, this almost tops the road to Hana.
No way.
It was just gorgeous.
Dude, I got so nauseous on the road to Hana.
Yeah.
We did that on my baby moon too, and I was like, the whole time.
Did you know that's one of the top 5 most dangerous roads in the world?
I didn't.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, fun little fact.
Did you actually? I didn't actually get out and look at any of the waterfalls though, because I was too scared to pull over.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, we did. We made that one like a 10-hour trip.
Well, one of my friends from the cruise ship, he lives on a farm out there, and so he works one of the little farm stands all the way at the end, and so we had enough time to drive there, go say hi to him, go walk around his farm, see his life, and then drive back. We didn't even really have time because we wanted to get back for. I think we had, at those hotels they have those luau things.
Yeah,
we had to get back for the luau.
Yeah,
but it is
well, and you don't want to drive that road at night because it's terrifying.
No, that's so scary. Oh my gosh, it's scary enough during the day. Anyway,
I know. I feel like there was something else I was going to say about our trip. Now
I have a question about your trip also. Wait, something scary happened to you on the road or something? There was a guy. There was
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that morning we left Aspen and got back on I-70 to go west, and in this town called Rifle, Colorado, all of a sudden we were like, why is there standstill traffic? And we were waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally people are getting out of their cars, and we realized we were 5 or 6 cars actually behind the roadblock, but there was a police officer who just took cones and had completely stopped the highway, which is one of the major highways in the United States. And we noticed that there was no traffic coming from the other direction. And we were there for probably an hour and no one's telling anybody anything.
Oh my gosh.
And finally they let us off the side ramp that they had blocked off. And we had to go and take these crazy country roads, like side roads as a detour. But we ended up finding out that sorry.
Oh, she's fine.
We ended up finding out that some guy had an altercation and had like a knife and had stabbed somebody.
Stop.
And yeah, in the town of Rifle, I guess.
Gosh.
And then had like taken off by foot, I guess, and had been seen last time on the highway.
Oh my gosh.
Walked off about like a 3-mile strip of highway to find this dude. And I don't know if they ever found him or not, but we were literally 6 cars behind it. So we were so close to them actually like first like blocking off the highway. So it was pretty scary.
That's so
that's crazy.
Yeah. I'd be so freaked out. And then part of me would be like, I want to find him first.
Oh,
but not really.
Well, I was like, this is a zombie apocalypse. I'm like, what is going on? There's some kind of like government conspiracy. I'm like, what do I need to grab if we need to leave the car? I'm like, I need to get my coat because it's cold and I have to stay warm for Emmy. And then I grab Emmy and then I grab the dogs. And then I was like thinking of all these things that were sitting there.
That's so funny. Evan has like, he does the zombie apocalypse thing like everywhere we go. Like when we were in New York the other day, when we were in the tunnel, he's like, okay, zombie apocalypse, go. And I'm like, you're so weird. He's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I guess go through one of those side things. No, that's where the zombies are. Oh, okay. Bad idea. Like, I don't know. So funny.
That's so funny.
I think about it a lot though, too. Like I'll be in certain situations and I'm like, okay, if this happened, then I would do this. And if that happened, I would do this.
I think you kind of have to, like, right? You should always, not like I'm saying there's going to be zombies, but I feel like you should always have some kind of escape plan in certain situations. Like you should be thinking about those things. Like, okay, like, so, and This Is Us, they didn't have an escape plan if there ever was a fire. Like, like you should probably have those things. We don't have one. We should have one.
That's so weird that you said that because I was just about to say, there was one night our fire alarm went off. I might have told you guys this before, but it was like at like 3:00 in the morning and there was no reason for it to go off. And it totally freaked us out. And then something else happened one day and like there was like a bunch of smoke coming from the oven or something. I was like, you know what? This is the second time something weird's happened. I'm getting those fire ladders. So I got one for the upstairs. And then I got one for like our floor just in case anything ever happens. So you just throw the fire ladder, out the window and then crawl down.
Yeah.
Because I was like, just in case anything happens, we could be like, Ainsley, this is what you do. Here's your ladder. Throw it outside. Go down. We'll be there, Because I was thinking about that. Like, oh my gosh, if there was smoke everywhere, what would we do if we couldn't even get out of our bedroom?
No, that's very smart.
Yeah. Also, Evan, when he pulled out the turkey, he's going to hate me for saying this, on Thanksgiving, he spilled like water and turkey juice all over the oven.
Oh, no.
And so he smoked us all out.
Oh,
we had to all leave the house for like 30 minutes and we can't even use the oven right now. And then he decided to bake a pie, so keep the oven on. His pie was so important that he smoked us all out of the house. We were all sitting in the garage and out on the patio and it was freezing. And I was like, this is ridiculous. It was really funny.
Oh my
The turkey was good, but he smoked us out of the house.
How was the pie?
The pie was good. It was a gluten-free, dairy-free pumpkin pie that he makes like every year from scratch. And
wow, it was fancy.
Yeah, he's fancy. And it was actually really good. Yeah.
With a very light, smoky taste.
No, 100% had a smoky taste. 100%. I was like, this is a little extra something. But it was really good.
Extra homemade.
It was very extra homemade. It's like it was out in the oven in the woods or something. That's what it tasted like.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, Liz, what's going on with you?
Oh, man, just a lot of last minute wedding planning stuff. I mean, it's last minute, but not. The wedding's like in a couple months. So just work and wedding stuff. I feel like there's just been so much going on. Stuff with the house, trying to get some things renovated.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute when you're like renovating with your little videos.
Yeah, well, he's good at it. I'm good at keeping him company while he does it.
It's really cute. It's a good bonding experience. I think if you can get through renovating a house together, you can get through anything. That's what I think.
I think so.
Agreed. Are you renovating the whole house?
Yeah, just one thing at a time, though. So that it's not overwhelming or super expensive. So, I mean, because it's totally livable. We recarpeted and painted, and it's fine. Like, you can live in it, and it's functioning. But the bathroom upstairs needs to be redone. And then basically all the bathrooms, except for one. It has 4 bathrooms, so the half bath downstairs on the main level is fine, but the other 3 need to be redone. We want to redo the kitchen. Honestly, those are probably the main things. The bedrooms upstairs, we're probably going to leave the way they are. We want to redo the whole entire basement. It's really cool, but we just want to redo it. And then a lot of yard stuff that we want to do.
You're such an adult.
It feels weird.
These are like adult things.
I feel like I always feel like are we old enough to like get married and have our own house?
Yeah.
Like, this is weird.
But you are.
I think once we get married,
enough.
I'm just gonna be like, man, we're so adult.
Yeah. It happens.
But
and then one day you're like, whoa, I made the switch to adulthood and I didn't even know it.
And then one day you'll go to Vegas and you order room service and watch Survivor at 8 p.m. in your pajamas instead of going out and clubbing like you used to.
God, that sounds amazing.
And that's what we did last night.
Oh, man. No. Evan's been out of town like all week. He's been in Baton Rouge and I spent one night with my parents, but then last night I was here. And yeah, I ordered dinner, I ordered Postmates at 4 p.m. I was like, I'm going to
4 p.m. dinner?
Uh-huh. I was like, I'm hungry and I'm going to eat. And then I might go to bed by 7:30. I don't know. And you know what? I was in bed by 7:30. I wasn't asleep, but I was in bed. And I was like, I don't even care.
That sounds amazing.
Well, Bella's been waking up so early. So just, it's even if you're not asleep, it's just nice to lay there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to lay in bed.
I would like to lay in bed right now.
Vito woke me up this morning and I think he already tried to wake me up once and I didn't get up. And then he comes in, turns the light on and goes, "Good morning."
Oh my God.
I was like, oh yeah, that was my reaction.
Is he a morning person?
Oh yeah. 6 a.m. out of bed every morning.
Ew.
If he doesn't get out of bed till 7, he slept in. But it's also just, our schedules have been opposite. He's used to waking up at 5 for construction. I'm used to going to bed at 1 in the morning,
Right.
So our schedules are just totally opposite. But, yeah, he's a morning person. I feel like I am a morning person when I get up, but I enjoy my sleep. Yeah. Well, I don't go to bed till later than he does,
right.
So
what time does
I
he go
need
to
8
bed?
hours of sleep. He's usually in bed by 9.
What?
It's amazing. I'm
Maybe
usually in
10.
bed by 9.
Yeah.
I can't do late nights. Evan and me out in New York, I was like, I can't do these late nights anymore. It was only 2 nights and I really couldn't hang. I couldn't hang with the crew.
Yeah.
I just can't do it anymore.
We go to bed about 10:30. But I know we were seeing some friends this weekend, Ashley and Jared are coming down here. And actually Paul is going to be here. And Paul keeps asking about how we're going to rage and everything and go crazy.
Stop
and
it.
I was like, who does he know who he's texting? I have a baby. My mom's coming to watch her for a little bit though.
Oh, that's fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, we're staying in Vegas for a few days and my mom's coming down and watching her. But I can't hang.
I know. I can't hang at all. We went to karaoke and then I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep. And he's like, no, we were with Derek. Me and Derek are going to go to the bar. I was like, okay, see you later.
Have fun.
And I didn't even hear him come in. He didn't even come in that much later than I think when I went to sleep because he only had 1 drink. But I was out. When there's no baby around, I guess I'm really out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But anyway.
I miss Vegas. I can't wait to go back.
To Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My view is not very pretty, but
Well, I never lived on the Strip.
Right.
I only stayed in a hotel there like a couple times, I think, but I just love it. It feels like it's still homey to me, and I miss, my friends and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll be there next month, bachelorette style.
I'll be back
Boom.
soon.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now that we have updated you on our lives, we're going to update you on the weirdness that's happening with the rest of this episode.
Yes.
I'm actually really excited to listen.
I'm very excited to listen to Liz and Vito talk about sex.
Mm-hmm. Or lack thereof.
Yes, the lack thereof, sex. X.
Yeah, you guys, the listeners finally get to meet Vito, and we asked what you guys wanted to hear. You wanted to hear about our choice to not have sex. It's kind of a fun story, kind of not. And then we just talk about some wedding stuff. And then we know you guys wanted to hear more about blended families from Carly and Evan.
Yeah, Evan's giving you all of the advice he has. I had like a little bit of advice, but he has lots of things to say. And he was like patting himself on the back during it.
I think he's a good person to hear it from, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
So yeah, continue listening because you'll hear some new fun things that you wouldn't have heard from just us.
Yep.
And Jade, have fun in your adventures, and we can't wait to hear where you're moving.
Yay, thank you. Well, I'll try to actually get some sleep and not get kicked in the face tonight.
Yeah, try that.
Good luck.
All right. Continue listening for more. So I'm sitting here and I'm in the cutest new, comfiest outfit from Fabletics. Friends, buying trendy and affordable gym wear does not have to break the bank. It doesn't. The solution is just Fabletics. If you haven't heard of them, like, you really need to get up to speed because it's one of my absolute favorite places to shop for activewear. They have the cutest leggings. New prints come out every single month. I mean, you're never going to wear the same thing you see at the gym. Like, no one else is going to be wearing what you're wearing. I'm telling you. And it's co-founded by Kate Hudson, the coolest person ever. And no matter if you like want to do yoga, if you want to like do CrossFit, if you want to just lift weights, if you want to just walk on a treadmill, then Fabletics has something for you. They have everything for you. I'm telling you, like, there's so many new styles. It's hard to choose just one, which is why you don't have to, because Fabletics right now is offering 2 leggings for only $24. It's a $99 value when you sign up for a VIP. So go to Fabletics.com/babes to take advantage of this deal now. That's Fabletics.com/babes to get 2 leggings for only $24. And that's also free shipping on orders over $49, and international shipping is available, and there's absolutely no commitment when you purchase your first order. So head on over, Fabletics.com/babes. Hey guys, it's Carly and Evan here.
Hello.
Hello, babes and babies world. Like we said, we were doing things a little bit differently this week because Jade is traveling. So we thought it would be fun to do some segments. And
I can't believe she's moving to Alaska.
I know, that's so crazy.
Why would they do that?
It's because there's polar bears. No, there's not polar bears. Are there polar bears there? No, that's Antarctica.
Yeah.
What do they have in Alaska? Seals?
I think
icebergs? Penguins? Do they have penguins there?
They have lots of salmons.
I do love a good salmon, but not salmonella.
No.
That wasn't a good joke.
No romaine.
Listen.
Look, so first of all, I have got to brag on Carly. Because
why? What did I do?
You gave me the best birthday trip ever. It was so awesome. We went to New York this weekend. And she like picked out my favorite hotel, and she took me to like an amazing Indian spot that like we both really love Indian. Then we went and saw Book of Mormon, which was wild.
You guys gets like, we were laughing, but then we like felt bad that we were laughing because it's like so bad, but like so funny, but like so bad.
I know. I felt guilty clapping at the end, like of each song, like being like, oh my God, I'm just clapping for really vulgar things.
And then we kept going, hello, my name is Elder Waddell, and I am here to tell you about the book that changed our life. I don't know how it goes. Something like that.
And Mormons are like the nicest people ever. Like all Mormons are incredible. And I don't know. It felt bad, but there were some seriously funny parts then.
There are some seriously funny parts and seriously wackadoo parts that you're like, oh. Jade and I used to do that sound a lot. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
A lot. You still do it a lot.
I do?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. And then we went to karaoke because we love karaoke. Well, private room only.
Most people don't know what private room karaoke is.
Well, let's tell them.
Unless you lived on a coast, probably.
We call it PRK because we're cool like that.
Yeah. So private room karaoke, PRK, is basically karaoke, except you're in like your own rooms. You're only karaokeing to the people you want to be around. So like it can be like just you could go in there by yourself and just do karaoke.
That's what I actually used to do, you guys. When I lived in New York City, I would, when I didn't have anything to do during the day, like if I wasn't working, I'd be like, screw it, man. I'm going to private room karaoke today. And I would spend I think there's been times my brother and I have gone and spent 7 hours in there and then been like, I still don't want to leave.
You lose time. You lose track of time.
It's really crazy. We were in there for 3 hours and it was like, where did our life go?
I know. They went into our heart and souls through music. That's where our life went.
It did. It was actually really amazing. And also, if you guys go to, this is so funny. I don't know if you like Indian food, but there's this place called Ponatu in New York in Alphabet City. And so when you go up to it, there's 4 different Indian places on there's 2 below and 2 above them. And every guy at the door goes, oh, come in here. Like, we're the right one.
This is the one you want.
This is the one you want. But you have to know that the one you really want is the top right-hand corner. And it was also on Sex and the City. And no, it wasn't like the greatest Indian food ever, but it's the greatest atmosphere ever because you're so claustrophobic. Like, it's BYOB, or it used to be. We didn't bring booze with us this time, but which is so weird. That's kind of sad, actually, now that I think about it, that we didn't. But it's like, Evan and I, we were like sitting on top of each other, and then everyone kept hitting you. And then there's Christmas lights everywhere. You're just like sitting in Christmas lights. It's Christmas all year. It's amazing.
Yeah, I felt like the waiter intentionally kept hitting me with his abdomen.
No, there's no way he can get around you. It just is what it is.
He liked it or something. It was very strange, but I would recommend it.
He liked your back. Anyway,
yeah.
It's really funny. And then it was raining and we went to see the Christmas tree and we were like, screw it, man. I don't care about the rain. This is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then Evan ate pizza in front of me and I'm gluten-free, so I couldn't. And that was sad. That was a sad moment for me.
You just have to get 99-cent pizza in New York, like bottom line. Like you just have to.
Yeah, everyone
Hands
should.
down.
Everyone should do that.
Yeah.
So last podcast, we were doing a question and answer, Evan, and lots of people were asking about blended families and how we do blended family life. So I thought that we could talk about that.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I came into your family. You have 3 boys from a previous marriage. And then we had a baby. And I would say it hasn't been a hard transition, I don't think, really. I don't think it was a hard transition for anyone, really. It wasn't like a shell shock. We weren't allowed to live together till, like with the boys, we weren't allowed to live together till we were married.
Yeah. But you know what was crazy about it? This is really interesting, is that the boys found out I was engaged before I told them.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
That was terrible.
Well, wasn't Reality Steve, man. That guy ruins everything.
Yeah, so that was weird. Coming back to me like, oh, so you're engaged? I'm like, no one knows this except for like what? Oh, everyone, lots of people know this.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. But they I'll never forget at the airport picking up Carly. We brought her a gift of a Keurig, which
oh my gosh. Well, no, it was because you said like, are you excited about going home? And I said, well, no, because my coffee maker broke. And you were like, it did? That's so sad. And so then you guys had a coffee. Like, it was so sweet because like I didn't have one because it was broken. And I was so not looking forward to the next morning of being like, yay, I'm home. Coffee? Nope, not you. You don't get any coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you guys just instantly connected that night. And it was really, really awesome. I felt like it was a good, like they were excited for me and excited for you. And of course it was like super strange that it was on TV. Like that was, you know, that's a little bit weird for kids, I think, to digest. Like, what's going to happen?
Well, but even before they saw it, we kind of like snuck around. I would come over to you. You lived in your condo downtown. And I remember I would come over for like breakfast. We would all cook breakfast together. And we kind of got to know each other like on those weeks that you had the boys, because you had the boys half time. So on those weeks, we just kind of all like hang out, but we'd hang out indoors because we would get in trouble if we'd go out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I just always felt like it was just an easy thing. Your boys I was telling them also last week that I don't really discipline, but that's because your boys don't need to be disciplined because they're so nice. Like they're such good kids. You don't have like mean, like destructive children, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's important actually, to not put the pressure on the newcomer to discipline like at all, especially initially. And then as time goes on, you know, it changes a little bit, but I think it's really important for, especially if it's a man coming into, you know, with a single mom, that he not discipline the kids. Like it's just all about really bonding and connecting and having fun before you start doing some of the hard stuff. So I think, you know, the tendency to be like, oh my gosh, there's somebody that can help me take care of my child. And I just think that's the wrong way to go about it initially, probably for a while. Like I think it just takes time because you want to have that bond before you start saying, no, you can't do that, or go to your room. And,
right.
You know, because the having the bond is really what gives you the respect to be able to help instruct and show the child the way they should go.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think one thing you know, the boys have a mom, so I've always tried to be just like the cool stepmom who's always there to support and be there if the boys need anything. But I always tried to have them know that I'm not their mom. I'm not trying to take the place of their mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's an important thing.
I think that's good. I think along with that, you have to make, you know, whenever there's a marriage breakup and there's two people raising kids, there's going to be conflict. Like that's just going to happen. You're not going to I don't care. You know, there's like Chris, the guy from Coldplay, and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh yeah.
Like it's always like they get along so well. And
conscious
you see, like,
uncoupling or something.
Yeah, you see like these couples online that are like, look how well they're doing together. Okay, I'm sure that's fine, but like in real world, like you just are going to have conflict. And so the most important thing you can ever do or not do is say negative things about the ex when the kids are. Oh, hi, kitty.
Sorry. I was like, is that Bella? No, that is the cat.
But I think not saying negative things about the mother or the father when the kids are in the house, period. Not even like asleep at night or upstairs. Like you must not say anything. You have to save all the negative stuff you have on your minds for when they're gone. And it's really important because you don't want to undermine the other parent whatsoever. And if, you know, there's a really dysfunctional parent, you know, the kids are always going to be naturally attracted to the healthy her side. So the best thing you do is just be as healthy as you can and make sure you be proactive in your honoring of the other person. And it will go so much better, even though it's so hard. It'll go so much better Your kids will respect that about you in the long run, 100%. I'm throwing out some dimes here.
You are. You're doing a great job, babe. I was just on Poshmark the other day, and I have been eyeing this Kate Spade beautiful long coat that has this really cool bow on the back, and I finally bought it for myself, you guys. This coat was normally $800. I got it for $250. Like, that's insane. And when I was wearing it in New York the other day, Evan was like, hey, I really love that coat. And I was like, thank you. I got it on super sale. And they have the best deals. So download the Poshmark app. Go shop. Poshmark carries women, kids, and men's. Has tons of brands to shop from, including Kate Spade, Free People, Louis Vuitton. I mean, so many brands. It's crazy. And Poshmark is just the easiest way to buy and sell your fashion items. Shipping is easy for both the buyer and seller. And you see something you want, you can also make an offer. You don't have to just be like, hey, I'm going to buy this for $49. No, you can be like, hey, I want that for $35. Will you take that? And they say, yeah, yes, I will take it. And then you win. So share your Poshmark handle, telling your friends where to find you. And listeners of Babes and Babies get $5 off your first purchase. So enter the referral code BABIES when you sign up. That's referral code BABIES. Happy shopping. So what would you say to the family that is having a hard time, that, you know, a new husband or a new wife came in and the kids are either not getting along, or one of the kids just really doesn't like you, or like how do you heal that? How would you, I mean, we don't have that situation, but what's your advice on that, Evan?
No, so you have to start with play. So play is important when you're first dating and when you're first coming into a family. You have to have fun with them. You have to find common bonds that you can laugh about, have fun with. Like, if it's a sport.
We used to go Pokemon hunting.
Yeah, back when Pokemon hunting was cool.
That was so fun, and I'm sad it's gone.
I know. I remember you and Ainsley sitting under the tree in Centennial Park in Nashville one time, just sitting there.
But it was also raining, I think, that day.
It was so cute. You two were there.
That was really fun.
It was adorable. Yeah, so finding common interests, common bonds, and then doing those together. Having no phone time, where you're like just away from your phones and playing board games, I think is another big classic American pastime that can help bring people together. And really, you want to show them like that you're like a good person, right? Like, you want to show off the good part of you, like right. The happy part of you, the part that's fun, that's funny. You want them to see that, because, a lot of times they'll naturally have up a guard, like, who is this person taking time away from my mom, from my dad? And so you have to be like, look, I can be fun. I can be like, I am a human just like you. And, also it's important not to put on airs and be like, I'm perfect and like everything's right with me. But you can, it's important to have emotions when it's appropriate and not be overly, you don't want to burden your children ever with your emotions, but it's important that they see that you're a human. And ultimately, our kids want what's best for us. Like, they want us to be happy. And because, like, if you have happy parents, then your kids are probably going to be happy. So they intrinsically know that you as their parents need to be happy. Okay.
So if all of this chaos is happening, let's say, and the kids are not happy, and then the parents and the new person get unhappy, what would you say to those? That's hard too. It's not just bonding with the kids, but it's still continuing to bond with your husband or wife or boyfriend and girlfriend when you're ultimately super stressed out that this is harder than you thought.
What's the question?
Like how do you deal with that? Like, how do you keep bonding with someone if, like, let's say I had kids and you had kids, and then they came together and they were just going crazy, and then it was so hard, and then it's like, oh, but your kid's a problem. No, your kid's a problem. Or, like, this is hard.
Yeah, no, it's totally hard. No, there's no, this.
You know what I'm saying, though?
No, yeah. When you choose to do blended family, you're signing up for sacrifice. Bottom line, you're sacrificing, especially the person person doesn't have kids, they're sacrificing big time. Person does have kids, they're also sacrificing, but kind of in a different way. And you want to start with stuff that's like really low conflict. So like, let's all go see a movie. Let's go watch Elf together, and then let's laugh at Elf and talk about, what's your favorite part in Elf? What's your favorite this stuff that's like, you can't like try to avoid stuff that is, like competitions tend to bring out the worst in kids. Sad. So stay away from competitions. And yeah,
that's why I don't like games. I actually don't like games because I feel like everybody always fights at the end of games, and then like, why do you play games then? Like games are supposed to be so happy, and then everybody gets pissed off, and like you get around a table. The only thing to do that's even good is a puzzle, and then someone's fighting for the last piece of the puzzle, so then people are fighting anyway.
Yeah, I love it. So I love the drama.
Oh my God. Wait, what were we doing the other day when you were like, oh my gosh, look at you being competitive? Oh, we were playing darts.
Yes. That was funny. Incredible. You got a bullseye. That was amazing.
Well, I wasn't intentionally trying to get one. It just like happened.
Yeah.
I was cool. Intentionally trying to get one. I'm trying to think of anything else that I should have asked people to ask us questions about blended families, which they still can. And we could always talk about this another day as well.
Those are big issues. How do you do it? How do you resolve conflict? Also you should not be afraid of using other people to help you resolve conflict too. Like you need to find, maybe it's a therapist or a friend or a pastor or someone that can work through the issues so that you can have someone that's in the middle. So you're not just doing it. Also, there's great apps out there where you can like put on your phone that like you can't text bad things to each other. That's really cool too. So,
there's also apps out there that are therapy apps, which are cool too.
I know. I love that. I think that's so cool.
Yeah.
It's really,
give your stress out. You can just text somebody.
Yeah. I don't know. What advice would you give to people? Like what broad general advice would be, or even specific?
I think ultimately, I think it's all about just trying to support everyone in this situation, because it's not easy for anybody, it's just not an easy situation. And it lots of it depends on too, like how old the kids are, like if they're 2 or 3, it's a totally different ballgame than if they're 11, 12, it's totally a different ballgame than if they're in their 30s. Like I think every situation is way different, but I think just having, support from your partner and just always being there to support your kids and listen to them and know that everybody just knows that they're there for each other. I think that would be my broad advice. Cause it really is. Yeah. It's not easy on anybody. It's really not. Having a new person come in and kind of finding the balance. I think it took a while for us to get our groove kind of. I mean, it was never hard, but it was like, I think, now we've been married for a year now, a little over a year and a half. So I've been able, like I was saying earlier, we, via Evan's old divorce agreement, we couldn't live together with the kids until we were married. So we have now lived with the kids for a year and a half together. And I think, I think maybe at the year mark, we kind of hit our groove. Like it, do you feel it that way?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. This was really hard on Carly. But I think it's really a good way to do it is to not let anyone move in with you until you're married or really just committed to being in each other's lives for an extended period of time. And Carly had to drive a lot. Like she drove so much because we wanted to see each other all the time. So she would drive, and her house was too small. So she would come to our place, and it was a tremendous amount of sacrifice, and it was really quite incredible how much she did. But I think it was good for the boys to see her trying, and it was good for the boys to see the boundaries that, hey, she's not going to spend the night until we're married. and that's important. So I, if marriage is important to you, then I would definitely hold that line. And if it's not, then I would just at least make sure that you guys, this person's not going to leave in, 3 months or 6 months or a year. Like you gotta know. And that's hard to find out, but you got to do your best to figure that out.
Yeah. And then I think, obviously we had Bella, and, Bella and the boys just equally love each other. Like they are all obsessed with each other. And I think I think we were almost a little bit worried, like, would it be harder if we had a baby because we weren't giving the baby attention? And that issue I don't think ever came up.
No. No, it really didn't.
Which we were definitely worried about. And that could be totally different for someone. Sorry, I have so much drainage right now. With someone with like a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old who, want to sit on mommy's lap and they can't because she's holding baby, something. But yeah, for us, it never did come up, which I was really thankful for. Yeah.
One of the things we did too was like, here, hold the baby. Here, boys, hold the baby. And they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But even, I think that's important to make sure that they like sort of they're not parents, obviously, but they're able to like be that big brother, big sister to that baby, and just like, put them in situations where they get to be like the strong one, and they get to show that, hey, why don't you take little Nellie over here and show
Nellie?
Show that him or her, because Nellie could go either way. Show Nellie, your toys, or show Nellie this thing,
right.
Put them in situations where they're experiencing something together, and the older sibling can show them something. It's really, it's bonding.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I might have heard Bella crying, but I don't think I did.
Oh, let's get her up.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah, she is crying. Okay, well then let's cut this short. But if you guys have any questions for us, let us know and we'll try to answer them. Thank you for listening to us. We have no idea, but we're trying to give some helpful tips. I wouldn't say advice, but some helpful tips. And now I'm going to go take care of the child that's crying.
Yay.
Okay, goodbye. Signing off.
See y'all.
I want to take a second to talk to you guys about air pollutants. Did you know that global air pollutants are worsening at an ever-increasing rate? And that's also why I want to talk to you guys about this awesome product called Molecule. Molecule introduces a breakthrough science that is finally capable of destroying air pollutants at a molecular level. Our customers say that they were able to breathe for the first time in years. People who have problems breathing because of the built-up pollutants in there, and once they got this product, they could breathe again. That's how good Molecule is. It makes a meaningful impact for asthma and allergy sufferers. It has a clean design with high-quality experience. And also, breathing clean air transforms the way that you sleep. It actually helps you sleep better. Its technology research was backed by the EPA. It is extensively tested by third-party users, and it has been personally effective and verified by science. But most importantly, it's been tested by real people. Molecule has already helped allergy and asthma sufferers around the country better cope. That is so amazing, guys. So here's what we are offering you. We are going to offer you guys $75 off your first order. So visit molekule.com, and at the checkout, enter babes. That's molekule.com and enter babes for $75 off the Molecule air purifier.
This is Liz.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have Vito on the podcast, guys.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, I'm excited to have him here.
Let's do this.
So as Carly said before, we're just doing things a little bit different today. And we wanted to talk to you guys about some questions that you guys have been asking us and wanting to hear from us. And basically it all has to deal with sex, our premarital counseling book, and
let's talk about sex, baby.
What else? Just like marriage stuff, I guess. I'm going to say 90% of the feedback we got was about sex or lack thereof.
Can I just tell everybody how amazing Elizabeth is?
Thank you, babe. You're so cute.
I love you.
I love you. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to say basically everyone wants to know about, I guess, our choice of deciding to abstain from sex until we get married.
Mm-hmm.
Why we decided to do that.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think we stopped?
Because you said to.
So it's hard to explain. So I guess in my past, sex was never, it was never like making love.
Well, okay. So people asked about your background too. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Or
Sure. Yeah. Well, I grew up in the Chicago suburbs and grew up in a family of blue collar workers. My dad owned a concrete company his whole life, and now my brother and myself are working on building it up and taking it over. But we all work together. So I work with my family, and my whole life has pretty much been family. And I've had one serious relationship, and I've had, been on a lot of dates.
Guys, basically everywhere we go, he's like, oh, I took a girl on a date here. Oh, I made out with a girl once there.
I do. Come on. I don't do that. I'm not that kind of guy. No. So, no, family was everything. And we take pride in the work we do. And, we work hard for what we do and what we have. And, that's why I like you too. You're a hard worker, and you're very humble, and you're just good people. But no, so when I was in college, I had a girlfriend that I was like in love with, and we ended up splitting to see. It was very silly, but we were like, if this is real, then let's see, and we'll split up.
If it's real, let's break up.
Right, basically.
Great idea.
After that happened, I had my best friend growing up had overdosed, and it was really hard. And then my other best friend, his dad had committed suicide within like 3 days. And our three families, so like so my family, my best friend who had overdosed, and then my other best friend, our three families all like grew up together, very inseparable. The parents hung out, the kids hung out, everything. I was a virgin up until college. I don't know. And then like those years kind of blurred together, but I went in a very destructive path. With like hooking up with people, with girls. And so I'd always had like a bad taste around sex. And then when we met, and somebody asked too, when did we know we fell in love? And
they said, when did you know I was the one?
So I knew, I didn't know if you were the one, but I knew. So the first day we met in person, it was New Year's Eve, and I'd booked a flight to Toronto where you currently were.
Mm-hmm.
And the flight got canceled for some reason. I don't know. So I decided to pack up the truck at like 4 a.m. and drove up 9.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got there, I was staying in an Airbnb because I didn't know if this chick was a serial killer.
I also wouldn't let you stay with me either.
True. So you picked me up in a cab, and I was like, yo, this chick is gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, babe.
You had the red lipstick on and the black and white like plaid.
You remember what I was wearing?
Yeah, dude, you were looking good. So we go back to her studio, and I was like, cool, what are we going to do tonight? It's New Year's Eve. Let's go ice skating or whatever for the fireworks. She's like, yeah, let's do that. Let's eat dinner first. So I was like, all right, cool. Where are we going to go? And you had already started cooking. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. Because I'm Italian, and in the Italian culture, food's everything. And she made this chicken stuffed guacamole with the bacon. And it was, juicy, and chicken's hard to cook. And you nailed it.
I feel like God just blessed my hand that night.
Yeah, he was like, all right, Liz, you got to nail this because this is the person I'm putting in your life. No, I would say from that moment, though, I was like, man, this woman is special. But I had also been heartbroken just from like relationships, not even intimate relationships, but just like relationships, like losing my best friend and just people in my life. And so I had walls up for sure.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, guys. So it's that time of year again where those holiday cards are pouring in. And I ordered mine off of minted.com. It was so easy to use. I actually just texted this number 22737. I texted the photo I wanted to use, and they texted back asking me questions. They came up with a design for me. It was so easy. They also have other products besides cards. I was just checking out some of their personal ornaments on there. But it is a super cool, easy to use website. And you can be those people this year that send out the holiday cards. It is not too late. Minted.com is the only place to get a truly unique holiday card. That's because they have independent artists that help you choose the best design for your photo. You just text a photo to cards, that's 22737, and Minted Stylists will text you back 5 hand-selected designs. You get free custom envelopes and free recipient addressing. Text your photo to cards 22737, and new customers will get 20% off and free shipping, but only through the end of the month. Text your photo to 22737 before the end of the month to get 20% off your first purchase and free shipping. Get started right now. Text your picture to 22737.
But so then
I first knew though, honestly, I feel like it was before you came, but definitely after our first date. Because I remember I texted my mom, I go, I'm going to marry this guy. And she goes, does he know that? I go, no, I'm not going to scare him away.
So that same weekend though, we did the skywalk, or whatever it's called, on the CN Tower on like January 1st or 2nd. And I remember looking at you, and I told you, because I like looked at you and you're like, whoa, what are you thinking? And I was like, no, nothing. You know, I can't tell this woman that I'm falling for her, which was crazy. It was like the second day. And I was like, no, I was just thinking, what would life be like with you? Like we're standing on top of a skyscraper, 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's snowing. I'm having a panic attack.
I'm like, this is so much fun.
No, but I did have a panic attack, as any normal person would, I feel like, walking on top of a skyscraper. But
you looked so calm.
Well, I don't want to be that guy, but like I looked at you and I was just like, oh man. Like I was comfortable. I was calm. You calm me. Got those eyes. But so I think that was a moment that I knew. But I fought it. Yeah. Which is fine. I mean, we're good now. But so in my like days of hooking up or like having sex, it was never like a positive experience. It was good, obviously. It was fun. It was whatever, but it wasn't like, it didn't feed my soul. It didn't fulfill me. So when we met, and then we didn't, I mean, like, we talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
So like we didn't for a while, and then we did, because we didn't want to, I think we both knew we really liked each other, and we were long distance, and I knew long distance wasn't working for me.
Right, for you.
For me.
You were the worst at long distance. I'm like, cool, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't know how long distance works.
Or a couple months, whatever.
But I mean, we both wanted to like take it to the next level, so we did, and it was great, and we did for a while, and it was very different than what I was used to, and it was very connecting and like a lot of love and a lot of passion. But I would say after a while, I still had like, I was still working through like I really wanted it to be, you know, a great experience, not just a good experience.
Yeah.
So I think and then I started getting into my faith as well too. Started going back to church, started just purifying my mind or whatever, and like trying to be more positive. And I know that sex can get in the way of emotions, or it can bring out emotions in people. It can make you feel like you're more connected than you actually are. So I didn't want that for us.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to be long term, and I didn't want, like, I wanted to know 100%. And I know that when you do have sex, there are chemical reactions that happen, and there's that, like, you have to be intimate with somebody you have sex with.
Right.
But I didn't want that to be the reason why we felt intimate. I wanted to feel intimate with you through conversation and getting to know who you are, and you getting to know who I am. And then, so we just went a while, and now it's like 2 months till we get married.
Right. Well, so we stopped probably around a year ago.
Yeah.
And I do feel like it was really, really hard for me at first. I feel like you were way stronger at it, and I was like, this is stupid. But,
well, my why was stronger.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's not easy for me. It's not like I'm like, oh, girls.
You made it seem like it was easy
Liz,
for you.
Yeah. No, it's my.
You're like, get off me.
Yeah, right. That's not true at all.
But no, I think it definitely. I mean, it was something that we had talked a lot about. We both grew up with Christian backgrounds, and it was something that I think from the time we were younger, I think you always think that's what you're going to do, and then life happens and other things happen, and I mean, I had a destructive path before as well. And I think when we made that choice to wait, it did challenge our relationship. It forced us to, I feel like we already got to know each other really well before then, since we did date long distance. So all we had was phone
but that
calls.
was basically me laying on thick with my flirting. I'm a super sweet talker.
Oh my gosh. He's the sweetest talker ever. You're so smooth, boo.
I got you.
Yeah, you do. No, but I mean, long distance, we did have a lot of deep talks.
We did
because we couldn't spend time together. So,
well, it's easy too because we can have those deep conversations
without physical stuff getting in the way.
Right, and then so it's not like we're moving too fast. It's like, hey, how many kids do you want? On like the second time we talked,
right?
But it was like, oh, we're not getting too serious because like we haven't even physically even hugged each other or whatever,
right? Yeah, that's true.
So we get to really know each other.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. And I think when we decided to stop having sex and decided to wait, at that point we didn't know for sure if we were getting married. Like, I knew that I was going to marry him. I don't think he knew.
I knew.
Come on, babe.
I knew.
You didn't seem like it.
I was talking with Eddie about a ring way before you even.
Anyways, I had no idea. I basically forced him to tell me that he was in love with me because I was like, I don't even know how you feel. Do you even love me? He's like, yeah, I love you. I'm like, but are you in love with me? And he's like, yeah. And that was after we had decided to stop having sex because we just really wanted to see, like he said, just kind of taking the physical aspect out of it. Nothing hindering our emotions or our choices.
For people out there who aren't or who are dating and having sex, do what you want. That's great. But if you're at a point where you're like, you don't know if you want to move forward to the next step, by removing that physical aspect of a relationship, and I'm not saying we make out all the time, we flirt, we do everything, but when you remove that aspect, your eyes, I mean, it clears up. You see the things that you wouldn't normally see, like you see all the little stuff that you're like, can I live with this or can I not live with this?
Like my mustache hair.
Oh, it's the worst.
Come on.
Every time we go on a road trip, you start plucking your mustache.
I pluck my mustache in the car when we go on a road trip. It's not bad, though. You've seen it like reflect a couple times.
You're constantly plucking
because if we're in the car for 8 hours, you open that car like mirror, and all I see are like stray mustache. So I feel like for me, it was way more challenging for you, especially in the first couple months. But it did force us to do other things in our relationship and kind of get to know each other in deeper ways. And it's instead of like, what are you doing on a Friday night? It literally is like, what are we doing on a Friday night? Because we're not just like watching a movie and having sex because we no longer can do that, you know? So I think it definitely was a positive thing. So, we did have a lot of people asking about that. So, yeah, like everyone out there.
I wonder why though.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, because people said, I mean, it's just not something that people really do these days. Or how do you explain that to
someone
people?
Someone used a big word, and I looked it up, old-fashioned. But just because things are old-fashioned doesn't mean that they're wrong.
Right. Right, for sure. Not at all. And I do think it's definitely something
Think about the old-fashioned donut. Probably
the
best.
I like newer ones better.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that it's definitely something that
I would do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Sure.
I don't regret it at all.
No, I don't.
And I know too. After we get married,
it's going to be nonstop.
Yeah, cowboy hat on the front door.
constantly. Yeah, so that was one of the things. Also, a lot of people were wondering about the premarital counseling book that we're going through. So it's definitely something that I would recommend to couples if you're dating, getting serious, if you're engaged, even if you're already married.
I would say even before you get engaged.
That's what I'm saying, dating.
Guys, if guys listen, I listen to this. I think it's a good podcast.
Hey, you're the cutest.
I would do it even if you're even thinking about getting engaged. It's definitely a good resource. Getting Ready for Marriage by Jim Burns and Doug Fields. It's not a sponsor.
Not sponsored.
It's just
it's the workbook that comes
yeah.
with it is really cool too, because it makes you work through a lot of different tools. So, and
it gives you resources on how to argue. I feel like you and I are very good. We communicate well.
Yeah.
I don't think we communicate well with everybody, but we communicate well with each other. So we don't really fight. I mean, we have, but I think we each put ourselves in each other's shoes and like, okay, like yesterday or today,
I don't know.
You were complaining about something because you're premenstrual.
Oh yeah.
And I just didn't want to hear it, and I fought back, and I
was like, just listen to me.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to tell me something. I'm like, no, just listen to me. And I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah. So we hung up, and then like 5 minutes later, I was like, all right, she just wanted to listen. She just wanted me to listen to her. So I apologized, but I feel like we're good with each other like that. But this book, highly recommend. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it puts obvious questions in your face that you wouldn't normally think.
Right. Yeah.
So
a lot of people too have asked us about family planning and stuff like that. When do we want to have kids? How many kids do we want to have?
5 kids.
5 children.
Or
That's what
more.
we're aiming for.
So some days I'm like 5 because you can't have even number kids. Even number, Bruno's got 2, which is great. They're both awesome, but I don't know. I like having a middle child. So I'm either a 5 or 9.
Oh, geez.
Because then we could.
I say 3 to 5.
We could field a baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
And no, my one buddy is one of 9.
Yeah.
And I saw a picture of them when they were little, and then they did the same pose when they were older.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it looks fun.
Mm.
It looks chaotic, but it looks fun. No, but 5, honestly, 1 healthy child.
Right.
And healthy mom. That's
we'll
all.
Take what we can get.
Yeah.
And I think we want to wait. I think ideally we'd like to wait a year.
It's not going to happen.
But probably not going to happen.
Liz wants to wait a year because she wants me all to herself.
Yeah.
But
I want to just enjoy each other before everything changes, because especially doing this podcast, I feel like you learn so much. Having children does change your relationship. It changes the dynamic of your household. It changes your energy. Like you're getting drained from something different. Not that it's like a bad draining. But literally my energy is to feed and take care of this child now.
Yeah.
You know? And so I don't know how much energy I'm going to have for you.
We could wait a year.
And it's something we're going to have to figure out and balance. And
we could wait a year unless like, oops.
Right. And we're not planning on using birth control. So.
Right.
I mean, the pull and pray.
It's all in my hands, basically.
Gotta be quick, babe.
Yeah, no, we could wait a year. I'm fine with that. I want to go to New Zealand next winter.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking maybe Argentina. A girl from work just went there. It's called The End of the World by Patagonia. It looks gorgeous.
We should go to
Chile and Argentina.
Wherever Shakira is at.
Oh yeah, Colombia.
We should go to a Shakira concert.
Babe, I asked you before. You said no. He loves Shakira.
I bet you she's listening.
I bet Shakira, if you're listening. Vito loves you. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else people kind of wanted to know.
It was a lot about sex.
Basically, yeah, everybody just wanted to know about sex. But yeah, we're super excited to get married and to do it, and I can't wait to tell you guys all about it.
Oh, they wanted to know names. So Liz,
for again, baby names?
Yeah,
we're not telling. No, I don't want people to know.
No, you said you don't
names.
want to use that one.
Which one? You can say something if we're not for sure not going to use it. So some people ask us if we have baby names picked out, and we do. And I'm that person that's like, I don't want to share it because I don't want opinions on it, and I don't know. Everyone has an opinion. They're like, oh, that name's ugly. And I'm like, you know what? Your name's ugly. But yeah, so we're super excited to be parents. and being a part of the Babes and Babies family. I love hearing all the parenting things, and I can't wait to be a part of that experience. And we've talked a lot about it. If we can't have kids naturally, I think we'll definitely adopt one day.
Yeah, I'd like to adopt.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to do, I mean, we've talked about it too, bringing our kids on some sort of mission trip every other year, every third year, whatever it is. I know it's hard to travel with kids, but it's going to Africa and going to like India or wherever. When you're there and you see how people are living, you see how the children are living and how like 5-6-year-old kids are taking care of the baby brothers and sisters. You just get a different appreciation, one, for life that we have it here, and two, of what kids are capable of doing and how responsible they can be. And it's like, you know, it's good to have, I think, to have your kids see how other kids are living.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. It's something that we talked about. I love to travel, and Vito's traveled a lot, and we want our kids to be a part of that experience and be able to just kind of see how the 99% live. I think that really puts things into perspective. So, but yeah, we've definitely talked about adopting and stuff like that.
So, this person asked about our wedding planning and if we argue about anything.
Yes.
So, our families do weddings very differently.
Very differently.
In my culture, it is obnoxiously elegant and like over the top seat covers with the ribbons and the everything. Way too expensive, way too outrageous. And the wedding we went to for yours was a ton of fun. It was like a backyard wedding with a barbecue and a couple kegs.
Food truck.
And I was like, yo, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But the wedding isn't just, so our major argument is this is our day versus this day is for everybody.
I think a lot of times I've felt like, okay, if it was just for us, we would do A and B. But it's not for us, it's for everybody else coming. So we're doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Right.
And I think that's where the majority of our arguments have come from.
But I feel like we've communicated well through them, worked them out.
Yeah.
I don't think we're either. I mean, it's not exciting spending a ridiculous amount of money on a wedding.
Not at all. And it's way more expensive than I thought.
Right.
We like had in our mind, like, okay, we're going to spend this much. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not happening. So.
Well, too, I bought a house in March and it's a complete remodel. So we can live in it. It's livable. But right now I completely gutted the bathroom. So we have 1.5 bathrooms. That are usable out of 4 bathrooms.
Yeah, there's 4. Yeah.
So renovating.
Somebody asked about renovation tips too.
Oh, 1 room at a time. Seriously, that's it. Just
if you're doing it yourself.
Yeah. Well, even if you're not doing it yourself, just take it easy. 1 room at a time. Unless your house burned down, then you'll probably have insurance money. Just build.
Right.
But if you're renovating, 1 task at a time, 1 room at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. It's very easy to get overwhelmed.
And babe, what is okay, somebody asked what are our quirky, like what's something like fun and quirky that you love about me, and what's something fun and quirky that I love about you?
You're just really sweet.
Really?
You have like this innocence about you. You do. I mean, you're a devil too, but you have this innocence about you where it's just like, oh, that's funny or whatever. Like you let me toy with you and like tease you, I guess. Mm-hmm. Which I really like. But sometimes you do this thing I told you the other day with your upper lip. Yeah, that thing. It's not attractive.
Babe, it said fun qualities. We're not saying that these are bad things.
I thought one good, one bad. What about me, babe? What do you like about me?
A lot. I think you have, a fun quality I feel like you have is just you're always like, all right, let's go. Let's get going. And I've talked about that a lot on the podcast. Like, I just love how you're like, hop up out of bed, turn my swag on. You just like roll out of bed and you're ready to face the day. And I like that. And I don't know, you're goofy. I love that you're goofy, and we're definitely complete dorks around each other.
Yeah.
Very, very open. And I like that. I like that I can be a complete dork around you. I can tweeze my mustache in front of you. I can,
Did you read the one the girl said who farts more?
Yeah, you do for sure.
Babe,
you fart constantly.
Babe.
Come on.
Okay, maybe I fart like quantity wise more.
Yes, the question
quality,
was more.
Quality
the question
over
was
quantity.
More.
Yours are disastrous.
Lately, they haven't been that bad.
Disastrous.
Okay, babe, the question was who farts more?
Right, yeah. Another one was what are you most excited about for being my wife?
I think because I know what a good husband you're going to be. And that's what makes me really excited is that I feel protected. I feel provided for. I feel like you have my back. I feel like marrying you, I just automatically have this loving, amazing support system. And the fact that I'm going to have this loving, amazing support system for the rest of my life excites me,
That's nice.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like I have to change my answer. I was going to say just loving on you. Like
you're excited for me to be your wife so you can love on me?
Yeah.
Babe, you're so sweet. I thought you were going to say so that I feed you.
Well, I mean, let me finish.
Oh.
So, no, but so I think it's in becoming a man. So I think what it is to be a man nowadays has changed a lot.
Yeah.
And I find it exciting to define my life and my actions as what it is to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
I think by stepping up and being a great husband, by loving on you and serving you and providing for you, just so I could step in my role as a man. Because I feel like right now I'm a man, obviously. I provide for myself, but to take it to the next level, to provide for you and our future children, and to create it. I mean, we talked about the other day, like I'm the head of the household, and you've given me that role,
mm-hmm.
and I love that about you because it's not like we're trying to fight for who's the head. Like you told me specifically, you're the head, you're the spiritual head, you're the head when anybody needs anything. Like I provide,
yeah,
and obviously you provide in a ton of ways. I mean, really, I look at you as the backbone of the family. But for you to give me that role as like the head, it allows me as a man to step up. And I love that.
Honestly, I don't want the responsibility.
Well, I love the opportunity because I feel like as men, our main quest in life is, do I have what it takes?
Yeah.
Do I have what it takes to provide? Do I have what it takes to be a great support system, to be that rock, to be whatever I need to be for my wife or my family? And the opportunity in marriage to answer that question, do I have what it takes? And it's a question that's I'll only be able to answer when I die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm pumped.
Well, and one thing too, I was going to let you guys know, we have, I would say a large base of our listeners are women. But Vito just started a podcast about what being a man is today. And it's basically bringing a bunch of different guys on to share their stories. So it's really cool. The first couple, he's only a couple episodes in, but a guy who came from nothing and started this awesome thing. And then somebody who was born in India and moved here and his life as an immigrant and also his journey through weight loss. And the stories are really, really cool. So if you guys want to listen to that, you should definitely check it out or send it to your husband, boyfriend.
Yeah, man, we gotta step up.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta step up.
It's called Man's Greatest Adventure.
Yeah, Man's Greatest Adventure. When I was thinking about it the other day, how women, the feminist movement, right?
Yeah.
Because women feel disempowered.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I was like, man, that's a man's problem. Like we messed up. If we created an environment where women feel less than, to the point where there's a huge, huge movement.
Yeah.
And we've created an environment where women feel unsafe walking down the street by themselves. That's a man's problem. 100%. So I'm excited to just spread some good news about men.
You're just so sexy. We're going to go make out now, guys. So, yeah, but I'm just so excited that Vito got the opportunity to come on here. I know that a lot of you guys have been asking to hear from him as well. So I'm excited that we got to talk to you guys. I know it was mostly about sex. We'll have him back on after we're doing it all the time and talk about it again. But thank you for coming on, Boo.
Thanks for having me, babe.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.